Hey guys, I'm fucking back. As you guys may realize, we're in a very old room, the OG room. Yeah, I just came back from Miami a couple like a week ago. Life has been crazy. I like there's so much shit that you guys don't know. Nothing bad. It's just a lot of business side projects that I do. And it's just very hard to do OnlyFans reviews. Like what if you have 24 hours in a day, I sleep 6 hours, and then my quote unquote real job's 8 hours, right? Was that 8 is 6, 8 that's 14, 10 hours. So roughly, and then you do other things. So I roughly have around like 6 hours to kind of cram whatever I want, and it's either OnlyFans reviews or making money, side projects, a whole bunch of like business ventures that I'm going about. I'm gonna buy my a big Airbnb in Miami sooner than later. I'm visiting my parents. I kind of had to get out of the chaos. Miami's insane. My tan lines are fucked up, so I'm like literally half Native American. I'm half black. Like literally, my skin is white and black or brown. So now I guess I got the N-word passed. But life's been crazy. A couple side projects. I might as well tell you guys. I usually don't tell people because I'm the type of person to just keep things to myself, and then once I succeed, I'm like, hey guys, this is what I do. But just to give you guys an update, because I know the videos have been lacking, it's not that I'm gonna stop. I'm probably gonna prioritize this stuff for the next week, and then OnlyFans reviews gonna start doing that again, and just prioritize, because my real job, I'm gonna work a lot less, so I'll have more time to kind of do more of these leisure things, and maybe I can make something out of this fucking channel. But that being said, one of the business ideas that I had and I'm currently working on, and I don't think it exists yet. There are variations of this, but it's just nothing as good as it. For those that ever bought a car, right? You go you look up fucking funeral car 2018, less than 36k miles. And you go on fucking Google, you see cars.com, carfax.com, you see like all these generic websites, and basically it's pay to play. What do you mean? Typically, let's just say there's 10 Mitsubishi dealers, right? It could be that 7 of the Mitsubishi dealers pay to go on cars.com, and it's pretty much pay to play, right? When you go to the algorithm, you go to your search engine, cars.com is the first thing that comes up. So now you have a whole bunch of companies and dealers that are willing to pay to look, be up front, be part of the algorithm, be the first thing that comes up in page rank. And now they suddenly have control of the market, right? They have control of the prices. Whereas you may look at the missing sample size, right? The other dealers that didn't pay to go on cars.com or carfax.com or all this other bullshit. So now you have a whole bunch of data that isn't really being considered in all these websites. And even like websites like Auto Tempest that's supposed to consider everything still doesn't do that. They have sponsors, again, pay to play. So what I'm creating with a friend, and I'm pretty sure, this is what's going to happen. So essentially what we're doing is that we're grabbing every single dealerships and data scraping it. Yes, it's against TOS, but who's stopping you, right? It doesn't really make a difference me looking at like a Mitsubishi dealer and then typing in Excel, right? And we're basically compiling every single dealer that exists that has any type of online listing into one big database that considers the whole, or at least tries to consider the whole population. And in that way, there's a little bit more free flex in the market. I don't know when's the last time you guys bought a car. A used car costs as much as a new car. The car prices are ridiculous. Interest rates are ridiculous. Buying a car, unless you really need it, you probably shouldn't do it. Whereas back in the day, it's like, oh yeah, it's just good to have a car on the side. But that is one of my business projects I'm working on. Hopefully, there's a couple things to make money off that, but the goal is to maybe become such a pain in the ass to cars.com or whatever that they just buy us out. That would be like that's a long-term goal. This is probably a project I can probably finish within like 3 to 6 months with my friend. Again, we're pretty active on that. I spent a lot of time in that. Second project, again, when I was in Miami, I noticed a couple things. Miami has a lot of money. But it's not money that's in Miami. What should I say? Or what do I mean by that? It's like, if you look at the average salary in Miami, it's still pretty low, but you're like, but there's so much rich people. It's because a lot of people are coming out of state. Like me, I came out of state, right? Like an average person in Miami can't afford a 4K rent, but I can. So it's like, okay, so how do you make money, right? You have a whole bunch of rich people, and you have a whole bunch of poor people, and a lot of these poor people can do services to these rich people, but these rich people don't really have connections to the poor people. I know it sounds so weird. What do I mean by that? An example is like in my building, there's 2 things that kind of opened my eyes. One of them was this fat bitch who was walking dogs. I don't know how she had a tutu in the building I was in, which cost around $6K. Again, single lady, fat, ugly as fuck, but Every person in that building sent her to walk again, I don't even know how she's fat if you're walking dogs the whole day. They would use her to walk their dogs, take care of their dogs, and she would essentially promote, quote unquote, promote her services within the building. What does that mean? She would have a business card and just go to people, and then people, word of mouth goes around, and then they're like, oh, why should I pay the doggy daycare 200 or 100 a day, where I could just go to this lady and give her 50 bucks a day, which sure, it's cheaper, right? And the girl might be like, yeah, I'm charging a lot less, but scaling, right? If you have 100 people in your condo, 500 people in your condo, and you have at least 10% of it, 20% of that, and you're consistent with that, that's a lot of money. This bitch was racking in thousands of dollars just walking dogs, not even being a hot bitch. Literally looked like fucking Gorgloff, I don't know, some type of fucking ogre. But I started talking to her, and I'm like, that's crazy. But again, having that business to person, right, B2B or whatever you want to call it, having that point of contact, I think, is the hard part. Another thing that opened my eyes was like seeing these fat, ugly Mexican, again, theme of being fat, I lost weight, and apparently fat people are being more successful than me, as these Mexican ladies were cleaning apartments in these like nice ass buildings. You're like, well, Sam, excuse me, why do you care about that? Normally the way it works is that there's like a third party contracting company, and then they'll be like, hey, they'll hire these Mexicans or Latinos, right, give them 12 an hour. Realistically, they're probably making like 40 an hour, right? It's corporate pimping. It's work pimping. That's how it is. We're all getting pimped out one way or another, whether it's corporate, whether it's an actual being on the fucking blade. Everyone's getting pimped out. But what I noticed that these two ladies didn't have any like logo or whatever, and I saw them consistently, and then I kind of asked them what their pricing was and how they do it and how many clients they had. They were charging $100 a studio apartment. I don't know about you, but that's a lot. Consider it like this. Studio apartment, Brickell. Again, these people have money. They don't care if they lose a couple hundreds. Very small apartment, probably takes an hour to clean up, maybe 2 hours if you want to really extend it. And then they just go on to the next studio or the next room or the next two or the 1-2. It went to $100 to $500. These fat, ugly Mexican ladies were raking in hundreds upon hundreds of dollars per day. Again, it kind of blew my mind. I asked for the numbers, and then it kind of hit me. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Like, let's say you have any basic service, right? Usually what people do is they'll Google it or maybe word of mouth. But another thing you notice when you live in nicer buildings, that sometimes when you go in the elevator, there's like a little ghetto community board. It's like a piece of paper, and you can talk to the association or whatever, the directors, the board, whatever, to kind of have your ad posted on it. And usually they're pretty jank. Again, it's just a piece of paper and it just stays there. So what I started thinking, I'm like, wait, why don't, there's so many services, right? There's all these people that want to clean for these rich people. All these, again, connecting the poor people to the rich people. All these poor people, I know it sounds fucked up, but it is what it is, have all these labor services, right? And in Miami, it's hard to get shit done, but if you have that right person, if you have that good contact, again, Miami's all about knowing people, right? So in my head, I'm like, well, I know there's LCD and LED display advertisements. They have that in Japan a lot. That's more of a common thing. And I was thinking, like, why don't I just, like, get a small LCD display to have these ads of these people that are doing cleaning, that are doing doggy daycare, that maybe even real fucking daycare. There's fucking adult daycare in Miami. Fucking blew my mind. I thought it was, like, some retarded troll shit, but it's fucking real. It's the ghetto way of saying fucking retirement home. Again, what I'm trying to say is that there's all these services, so what's stopping me? What's stopping someone from just grabbing an LCD display, putting in the elevators of all these condos or lobbies to just promote services within the building, right? Whether maybe it's Uno's delivery. By the way, if you guys want a life hack, sure, Uber and DoorDash is great and all. If you could get personal delivery with, people that work in a building, you could charge $30 an hour. People will pay for it. Trust me, they want shit now. People in Brickell, they got money, they want it now. I definitely know that feeling. I had that moment a couple times where like, shit, I want something now. I'll pay 100, I'll pay 200. I don't give a fuck. I've had that a couple times where I just told the door guy, hey, here's the 200 or 100. Do this, do that, get this for me, and they'll do it. Again, people in Brickell have money. So kind of having a display in these elevators. Again, I call them like mini advertisements to basically promote simple services. That will take you very far. So I'm working on that. I saw a YouTube video of this company doing that, so I'm reached contact with them and trying to, I wouldn't say mass produce it, but have like 100 units of it, have that program. I'm going to have a demo with them soon, but I have the entire business plan laid out. So again, that's my second venture. And then my third one, which I told you guys, the IRS, FBI stuff, that thing's been going good. Massive paychecks are coming in. It took some time, literally a couple months. Again, the government's slow, but that's been, I guess, my main, source of income and what I've been putting a majority of my time into. So again, and also my real job, unfortunately, but again, I have to you know, it is what it is. I make good money. I work from home. I work from my bed. I can work from anywhere the fuck I want. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now in life. I'm gonna, again, this channel, I like it. I want to continue doing it. I'm not gonna stop. OnlyFans right now banned everything that has to do with my address, everything that has to do with my name, everything that has any billing address associated with this house or IP near it. I've been testing it out even with VPNs. With VPNs, I get away, but I have to use something that's basically what I did is I went to my bank and I switched my address completely, and then I'm using I'm doing some stuff, so I'm gonna get my new card and new bank account information so I can start doing OnlyFans reviews again, because it's been a pain in the ass. I'm surprised they literally ban anything that has to do with this address. That's actually kind of insane, because again, I usually use my parents' house for a mailing address for anything, because they live in a very safe area. Nothing here gets stolen compared to Miami, where you might get your boxes stolen even if you live in a rich-ass area. I had my bike stolen over there. Oh, I have 2 bikes over there, but I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they stole that shit. But again, guys, everything's okay. Life keeps going on. Kill all black people. Kill all Jews. Kill all Muslims. Fuck the Gaza Strip. Fuck white people. Mexicans are on the way up. There has to be a Mexican president. That'd be hilarious. He just you know, be completely like genuine, just like, we're bringing back slavery, folks. Shout out to that. If they ever brought back slavery, like, it doesn't even have to be black people. Just like, bring back fucking slavery, dude. We already have modern day slavery. Might as well make it real fucking slavery. Slavery with benefits. Imagine a slave back in the day, in like the 1930s. They're like, oh yeah, have you heard of a 401k? I'm putting 3 pounds of cotton in my 401k. That'd be kind of insane. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this update video. Again, videos, this is like the last week where I'm cramming shit. Next week, I'll have a lot more free time and leeway, because again, a lot of time I'm doing is just spending time on calls, business plan, crunching numbers, making sure shit makes sense. It's very hard, because especially, you know, everything's remote. Emailing, directing calls, you have to be on their time, or they have to be in your time, and then you're talking about numbers, negotiating, and then Airbnb, that buying your first property is a pain in the ass. You have to make sure it makes sense. Again, pro tip, if you guys have like 20K to just drop it on Airbnb in Miami, 400 to $500,000, you know, what, property price, that's not bad for a studio there. Grant, I know what you're saying, like, that's horrible. I would never. It's not for you to live there. It's for investment. Here's my last tip for you guys. Here's a little bit of game. If you guys go on Airbnb in Miami, or someplace that has a hot rental market, Miami, I personally think, has the most ridiculous rental market in America, meaning it's good. People are coming in and out, in and out, in and out. You could charge 200, 300. It's normal over there. As fucked as it is, their rental markets are completely discombobulated, but it's because a lot of people, rich people, are coming in. Look at Airbnbs. Look at Airbnbs in Brickell. Look at the images. Look at the listings. Go on Zillow. Go to that same exact area. You will, I guarantee, find the same not same, but most of the properties. I would say like 80% of the properties that are on Airbnb are also being sold on Zillow. I'm like, well, why do I care about that, Sam? One, if you want to invest in your first property, talk to the owner. Talk to that person that's on Zillow, whoever their realtor is, and be like, hey, I want this property. I'm willing. Again, you're going to have to bullshit your way to get this type of information, but this intel is very good. Say, hey, I want to buy this first property. I have 0 to 3 months closing time. What can we do? Is it possible I noticed that this unit is also on Airbnb. Can I see the Airbnb analytics? Why does that matter? 1, you can see how much they're charging per day. 2, you can see their occupancy rate. 3, you can see how much money they're making during the interval of dates that they have. So if they have more than a couple months, if they have like a year, the more the merrier, right? The more data, the better. If they have anything that's like 1 or 2 years and they're willing to share that, which they will if you say you're interested in buying it, look at those numbers. Be like, okay, it's generating 7K. Like the property I'm looking at, it's 400,000 for a studio, mid Brickell. It charges around 200 to 300 a night. I stayed in that same Airbnb. So it's, again, trial and error. This is how I learned through these things. And I'm like, okay, if I take out an FHA loan, that's if you want to do that. You can always make your LLC and then make your business plan and take an SBA loan out. That's around like, what, 4%, 3%? I don't know. It's a lot less than 7.04 interest right now. And you only have to put around like 15 to 20K down. Sure, there might be some closing costs and all that stuff, but 25K, we'll just say worst case scenario, 25K, right? You put 25K for a property that's generating you via Airbnb analytics for this specific property. Again, it's a studio, nothing fancy. It's generating around 6 to 8K a month. That's a lot. And you're sure your mortgage is going to be $3,000 to $4,000, right? Depending on how much you put down. But I think with 15%, or not 15%, 3.5%, 15 to 25K down for a $400,000 studio, it's worth it, right? You're making, sure, you're not making like 100 to 200% back, but you're making like 1,000, 2,000, could be 3,000 on a summer. If it's really good weather or spring break, you're generating a lot more money. But again, even having $1,000 extra for not doing anything, right? Even 2,000 for not doing anything, just having the property, just Airbnb that shit out. That's a pretty good investment. It's very simple. Again, studios I think are pretty safe. You don't have to worry about too many things, right? You have your basic ass kitchen. You don't have like a whole fucking laundry system to worry about. So again, these are things that you should probably consider. If you have a lot of money, I shouldn't say a lot. If you have money in the bank, you can play it safe with your CDs. You can play it safe with your money market, but unfortunately, we're in a world where if you want to make money, you have to make smart risks, smart decisions, right? You can't just fucking take I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Take a calculated risk. And I think Airbnb in Miami, FHA, SBA loans, if the numbers make sense, ask for the analytics, make sure you have all the breakdowns, get an appraiser, have an inspector come in, talk to your banker. Chase has really good bankers. There's a banker I go to and a broker I talk to within Chase. Again, it's part of their job. You don't have to pay them. Just ask them questions. Basic financial literacy, play with the levers, play with the switches, ask what they do to make money. Again, these people are, they're handling $1 million clients, right? And they're willing to help you out because it's part of their job. So definitely take advantage of that. So this year has been going good. Everything has been going according to my calculation. It's just, unfortunately, I just lack time. I'm probably going to quit my real job within like two to 4 months and then just, I have enough saved up. I'll be back in Miami again. I'm just going to live the dream, so to say, right? It's going to be hard. It's going to be stressful. Things might not work out, but I'm just going to take the risk. Worst case, right? I just go back with my parents. Like, I was just chilling with my parents here. And I'm like, wow, I really have nothing to lose. I have money. I have time. I just have to put all the effort that I have into, like, pedal to the metal. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, and I lost weight. Being in Miami, you just naturally lose weight because it's hot. You're always walking out. Whereas in Chicago, it's fucking cold. But Chicago market, that's interesting. That's a complete. If you guys ever want to know about Chicago, it's gonna get very expensive here. It's just a lot of people are moving in. It's good for investment if you want to buy a property and just retain it for like 1 to 4 years. Chicago is probably a good area because West Side's gonna get gentrified. Even all the ghetto parts are not as ghetto anymore, and things are going up. Again, that's another video. I know Chicago like the back of my hand, so it do be like that. So, but I personally like Miami, so that's why I'm investing over there, not here. So thanks guys for watching this video. I don't know if you guys watched all of it. Again, said a lot of things. That's just a life update. OnlyFans videos will continue. There's so many people reaching out in terms of requests. People wanting to take my videos down. I've gotten some crazy ass messages from these girls I reviewed. I'm like, damn, I reviewed her like 6 months ago, a year ago, and now they're like reaching out, take down this video. And what I do is I'll basically send them a dick pic or leave them on scene or something. I don't really care about these bitches. They have no control over my property and over what I do, over my agency in life. I'm pretty independent. I don't really need too many things. As long as I make the right moves, I should be fine. So thanks guys for watching this video. Hit that like button. I want you to grab that fucking sub button, stroke that shit until 20 pounds of semen comes out. I can't say if we're gonna get the 20K subscribers anymore. I'd kill myself because we got that, but the grind will continue. Life is going good. Yeah, I might get the Hitler mustache. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I really think I could rock that shit. So like always guys, if you guys have any requests, suggestions, anything, advice, you guys want advice, questions, anything, message me on Instagram. It's in the bio, or leave a comment below. I'm always open to help people out. So yeah, get your dick sucks and later guys.